Trend is your friend, and I overcomplicated things by fighting that trend and trying to short the top of a very bullish market. Maybe it was the Monday slowness, trying to get involved in the markets. Whatever it is, it's not in the pocket trading, and it's not what I do best. This is not how I stack my consistent wins. But fortunately, I was able to find other winners around it to get back to break even. You can see $12 to start the week. We're still having a good month, so we'll take it, but just not the hot start you want on a Monday. But I cannot complain since the month is still going great. But the trades themselves, here's the three of them right off the bat. What sticks out? Hopefully, this middle one. Why are we looking for shorts here when this thing is clearly all buyers building bullish structure? So first things first, let's go over the long, right? We took this on AceFX TV, so we're streamed there every morning. And if you want to join, you can click the link in my bio and get your first month free. And that way you'll get access to my full strategy as well as the live streams. But Austin was taking the longs today looking for that payout. He needed like $80 to get it across, and he did. So actually, if you go over to AceFX TV, not only do you get access to the streams, but also the recordings. So here you can see him requesting his 3K payouts across his 3 Ignite accounts. So if you need a top 1 account as well, those are 57.5% off for Black Friday. So go scoop them up while you can. That's the best deal they're probably ever going to run. But we like the longs today on NQ, looking like a bullish open. Respect of New York VWAP, let's go get the next high. It is the first break of opening range high, so I don't like to chase those. You'll read all about that if you go through Futures 2.0. But then buyers defend this New York again. So we're still making higher lows on the bottom. I'm definitely a buyer. I even had a high of day VWAP on saying, let me see when buyers fully step back in. And you can see here, it's a break of VWAP. I had a stop loss below structure. I actually got long once it just consolidated, holding this level, building more of these higher lows right here, saying, yeah, buyers keep inching our way higher. I got to be long here, but the stop loss still below structure. And I got out very early. Really, it was just because Austin got out of his long to take the payout, so I didn't want to be distracted. We were celebrating that on stream. Terrible excuse. I mean, I put it in my DRC of like, why did you get out? I mean, it makes no sense. But it was a nice small green, whatever. Then we get to the shorts. This is where it makes zero sense, right? Could it have worked out? Sure. I'm trying to time the pullback, trading my opinion, right? And opinions don't get you paid in this business. It's what the charts are telling us. That in my opinion, looking at this 15-minute chart on the left, it's just too high, right? I'm trying to short it up here as it does slow, right? You look at those 15-minute bars, they're slowing a little bit, but that's just not a sign of we're just going to full-on reverse. There's not enough sellers in the market today. So rather than saying this can't possibly keep going higher, someone slapped me in the face. It absolutely can keep going higher because we're trending in a bullish market. So I try to short it. I did put a good stop loss. I'll give it myself that on above high of day because it was too obvious. I guess I should put up the markup because I have my notes on there. So if we go to my TradeZella here, this is the short. Let's try the short because the 15 minutes in on it as well, right? Just too high up. That's not a strategy though. If you look at the high of day, the notes here, stop loss at high of day, it's too obvious. And it is because a lot of people are going to put a stop at that high of day, probably get stopped out, and it could still want to move lower. So let me give that wiggle room. So actually do survive through that first pullback. Now, worst case scenario, we went over it on our Blackshirt Club call this morning with our students, that if I did put the stop at high of day, I'm going to get just tapped out. And then when I see it start to fall back down towards my entry, you don't think I'm going to want to get back in saying, oh, I knew it. I was early. Let me try again. And then I would take 2 losses. So the small victory within my management is I sat through the whole idea, took 1 loss. Now, it did give me a chance to get out in green in profit, but the pullback was done. In a very bullish market, I can't be surprised when buyers step in and continue the trend higher, right? So I was already asking for too much of sellers moving us lower in a day that's just clearly buyers. So I should have almost been grateful that I even got this much move out of it. Scalped it real quick, trail the stop, right? Protect my my red side, but I wanted to see the full idea through, saying, well, I hold through all this drawdown. It's looking like it's going to work now. Let's go retest this New York VWAP. That was really the play. I know it's obviously a bullish day. I was really just looking for it to come back to New York, hold, and I'll probably long it back up. But instead of that, I'm trying to just wait for the pullbacks to come in and then long it here when buyers take the high of day VWAP. Do I have that one marked up yet? This is the long here. This is probably what I should be in. Rather than messing around with the shorts, stick to what the trend is telling me. It's telling me long. So if I don't want to long it up here because I think it's too high, let it pull back a little bit. But you don't need to be involved in that trade because that's not what I do best. I'm a trend trader after pullbacks. You see the higher low come in. There's the break of high day VWAP. Stop loss is back here to the left below previous structure, right? I don't want to hug it too tight. Just like if you did long it back here where I was short, You don't want to put a stop loss too tight there. You're also going to get stopped out and have to get back in, right? So always give your trades some solid room. And it's just simple trend continuation. Why am I confusing things and making it harder by trying to call the pullback? And it even goes to my last trade. This is where I got stopped out on the short, right? All right, let's just long it again because it's clearly just buyers today. Clearly holding this little shelf below us as support. A break of high day VWAP, one more higher low, and it breaks for a small higher high. And I fortunately got out right at the top just because it had recovered my loss. It's not really an exit strategy. It's just like, all right, I'm green on a day that I just took a stupid trade earlier. We'll take that. So not the most solid day of trading. The first trade, clear, clean, in trend. I probably would have been done had I held it fully, right? If I saw this idea through, like the strategy calls for, stop loss that structure, and just ride it up to high of day. This is the win right here. This move right here, 1.2R, I'm done. Right? I caught the higher high and I'm out. But since it was such a small win, now I'm inclined to want to keep on trading. So even that first management kind of set off the theme for the day of saying, all right, we got to trade again. And it's too high up here for me to trade, but I want to trade again because my P&L is not big enough. So then I get inside myself and try to short things that aren't ready to move lower, right? So if I just manage the first one better, probably avoid this second one, which a lot of the time you don't even realize it, but many of your trades are sometimes altered from what's happened in the past, which obviously is where tilt comes from. I mean, you take a loss, you get angry, you do something else on the next trade that was provoked from the one previous. So ideally, it's just a break off, bounce off New York VWAP, then a pullback, break of high day VWAP, and you just ride this trend higher. I mean, trend is your friend, all three of these longs, and it even comes higher again a little bit over here after the deeper pullback. Why am I selling it? There's no sellers in control today. We touched the New York VWAP once. So I overcomplicated things, but thankfully we walk away, break even on a Monday, no harm. We can come back in tomorrow with these lessons of why were you so jumping the gun on the shorts when you know that's not your best setup, and how can we look to just be more patient like we have been, right? I haven't also been taking maybe 3 trades per day. If you go back to my calendar here, this month's been going great. But I have how many days with 3 trades? 1 day here, and I lost 1. 4 here, and I lost 2. 3 trades, and I lost them all. So I'm really not trading 3 times. It's only probably because I mismanage something or I take a loss. I don't always mismanage something and I take a third one, but today definitely could have been a clean day, should have been a clean day, and a maximizing of trend day. But unfortunately, not for me. But we keep moving forward. One other thing I was looking at on stream this morning is actually a short. So if you go back to this one here, is that midnight open price. And it did play out. I tried it on NQ and it was not looking like it wanted to play out either. But you look at the way ES opened here. All those trades were on NQ, by the way. Looking at the way ES opened, you can see this box I drew off. It's just measuring how far above this midnight open price we open. You can see it's tight, 9 points, 0.14%. If you go over here to Edgeful and filter it on that report, on the ICT opening retracement, on 0.14%, when we open above it, 75% of the time in the past 6 months, we want to retrace back down to it, right? 12 out of the last 16 times. So there's a good chance this midnight price wants to be engaged with. So when sellers take this New York VWAP back, you could want to go get that midnight price stop loss at the high. And it's telling you 75% of the time it goes to engages with that midnight price. Doesn't have to go lower. And it, in fact, did not. So that's why it has to be your target for the trade, because it's not saying there's a 75% chance it breaks it and keeps going lower. 75% chance we at least go there. Anything after that, who knows? So get out there and look for another re-entry. So that would have been the only money really made short today. Early in the morning, below New York, before the trend really set itself. So when I'm trying to short later, it's way too late for that. This one has some edge behind it and some stats behind it. But like I said, lesson day, start the week on a Monday, maybe not in the right headspace or approach of exiting that first trade. I mean, I probably have it here in the markups as well on that long. Out as Austin got payout. LOL. I don't know. This still looks good for longs. I don't know either. That's not an exit strategy. Just because he's getting out and I want to watch on stream, whatever. So it's money, but it is a clean setup. So hopefully you guys mark this one up and capitalize on it a little bit stronger than me. But a win's a win. We took 2 wins today, 1 loss. We'll take that and keep moving forward. We'll have a better Tuesday through Friday and keep taking week by week. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you check out the Top 1 sale, like I said, the biggest Black Friday sale that they're running right now with code Evan, as well as ASFX TV Black Friday. Your first month is free. So if you want to take these trades live with me and hopefully have a little bit better management, Make sure you tune into that. The link's in my bio for that. Or you can go to head to ASFX TV and use code FIRST. Love to have you in the chat asking questions and trading together. So hopefully I'll see you guys on there. And if not, enjoy the week. I'll see you guys on charts tomorrow morning.